Alright. I haven't posted stuff in a bit because I'm having a particular problem, which is that the audio is recording fine and syncing fine when I record with Bandicam, but when I drop it into my Movie Studio Platinum 15.0 editor, the audio goes out of sync. I mean, it's a slow. I posted one video before where that was the issue, and I posted it just because it was, you know, more for the banter that was going on between me and several clan members. And, you know, it didn't really distract too much, but so I've got 3 clips here lined up. Sorry about hitting the mic. First one is a game just to show, and this is the interesting thing. I haven't changed any of the settings. This is a new rig, so all of these have been recorded on the new computer. First one, straight out of the box settings from Bandicam using screen mode. See, in Bandicam they have, and it'll be hilarious if the audio on this slips out of sync, but anyway, you've got screen mode, game recording mode, and I always, on the first few captures I've done on this, I used screen mode, and that's what I used on my old computer as well, and never had a problem with it. And then all of a sudden I'd record something. I recorded a game like 8 different ways till Sunday, and every time it would come back with just the audio and a black screen. So I contacted Bandicam. They said, oh, you have to record in game mode. And I have to wonder if there's a well, there is an issue in recording Warships replays in game mode that I'll get to in the 3rd clip that's highlighted right now, but we're going to go 1, 2, 3 on these. So something changed in the time that I put Bandicam on this machine, recorded a few in screen mode, and then suddenly had it where it won't record in screen mode. It won't record gameplay. I tried screen mode. Now I'm recording this in a reduced frame. It's not covering actually the entirety of my computer screen. And I tried recording Warships replays in windowed borderless, and and in windowed mode. And I think it was in windowed. Well, I think in both modes the quality, the visual quality really dropped, and that was just kind of like, well, you know, I've got this new machine. You know, it's granted it's a Franken machine out of older parts, but it's considerably better than what I had, and I'd like to record content of a higher quality than the seizure-inducing frame rates of 12 to 15 on a lucky day on my old machine. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to drop the quality to something that's actually, I found, harder to watch than the low frame rate videos that I had recorded previously. That was just the visual quality was horrible. I know I'll probably have to dig around in here and see about what I can do to get a higher quality capture. But in the meantime, I want to show you kind of what's going on. And then in game mode, it records, and then I have, that'll be this clip number 2. This is recorded in game mode, but with the audio drift. Then this clip, I went in and changed my settings for Bandicam. change the file type, the codec, because I had in previous hadn't done anything. And used, I believe, the stock codec, which I don't remember what it is now. So, and I lowered the frame rate capture to 30 frames per second, thinking maybe that's what it is. I'm recording at a higher frame rate. The Bandicam, when there's drop frames, maybe that's what's shifting the audio, because the audio's staying, but the video capture is dropping frames wherever the performance of either the replay or Bandicam don't sync up. So maybe that's it. So that's this third clip is recorded this way. But in the third clip, I kept under this set of settings and recording in game mode, I ran into a very interesting problem, which just after having gone through trying to record a Clanmates video like 8 times and then trying to record the video in question that 2 and 3 are the same game that I tried to record 7 ways till Sunday. Pardon me. It's May 5th, Cinco de Drinko, and I'm having a beer. But anyway, I'm in this situation where this clip, when we get to it, the way the recorder has this issue with, in this mode, gameplay up here, game recording mode, it's synced up, but it has, well, I don't want to do a spoiler alert because, yeah. Anyway, so we're going to drop this down. I'm going to show you the first clip, and I probably won't play the full thing. But this was recorded on this machine, Bandicam straight out of the box. Well, straight off the download server. Didn't do anything recording exactly the same way I had on my old machine, which I think actually the gameplay that I had the sync issue before was recorded on that. But anyway, so here we go. And you'll hear me talking, giving commentary, and drinking a beer. Hey. So we're going to wait for this guy to fire. Is there anything you're playing in particular, Timo? So I'm talking to Tim.
Right now.
I'm going to pull the volume down just a little bit. Now watch the guns. I've just been trying to resolve all the... oh, you can hear me talking about audio recording issues. Oh, now you see, this replay, there was a delay in the guns. So if I don't... Alright, so even in this one, I thought this one had synced, and it didn't. There were issues between the gun sound firing and then a delay. So the gun sounds fire early, and then you get the visual. So they're out of sync. This will be the next one, and you're going to hear me doing audio again, and this one is totally self-explanatory. You'll see the problem. You'll hear gunfire, and then see the flashes. The sound will be out of sync, particularly the torpedo hits on the Baltimore Cruiser that I get the camera over to. So here we go, and I'll shut up. The commentary you're going to hear is, well, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull down this volume. I want you to be able to hear it and see it, but I want to be able to talk over it if I have to. So here we go. Oh, Baltimore takes a torpedo on the bow. See, Baltimore hasn't taken the torpedo yet. There it is. And is pushing C. And I'm going to let him go up this channel. That torpedo spread, smoke up. And then watch the hit to the bridge he takes from this destroyer and the fire. So there's the gun just going off. Shima hits the bridge. And somehow it gets a bow fire. I wish I could get that. And there's the bow fire I'm talking about. So there's about a 4-second delay there. Not. Okay. So this match is a total cliffhanger. we control the caps. The enemy's catching up on points, as I recall. It's down to the enemy Shimakaze. Everybody else is out of the battle on our team over at A. Our low health Baltimore is pushing in to try and stop the points at C and not get killed, and secure the kill on the Shima, because we're not sure if they're going to catch up on points. So I'm going to drop this over to the third clip, which we'll see. The sound should be synced, and we'll show that, and then I will show you what happens at the, and I didn't stop the video, the game record mode along with the settings for some reason synced it up and ended the recording before it should have. Well, in my opinion, before it should have. So here we'll, I'm going to pull down the volume a little bit here, but when it gets over to the Baltimore, you should see the torpedo hit sync up. Shima slows up. Bounce the camera over to the Baltimore, who's going to take a torpedo on the bow. Enemy destroyer is definitely over there. Alright, perfectly synced sound, right? We get down to the cliffhanger moment. I'm just going to let it play out since the sound is synced up. Smoke appears. Destroyer pops up just for a second. He gets rounds out. They look like they drop a little behind. Fire perfectly cued. Enemy destroyer gets a fire on his bow and now can, I think, see him because he fired. Torpedoes coming in. He dodges those, takes more rounds. I ask if he's got radar. He is out. Enemy needs 51 points to win. And we're coming down to the last few seconds of the game. 48 points to win. 45. We get in and stop points. And they need 35 points to win. This is where it gets interesting, and I would love it if it didn't do that with the little glitch there. Shimakaze's behind the island somewhere. Now this is a nail biter. There he is. First round goes out. Takes away about a third of his existing health. We need to kill him. If he takes down the Baltimore and lives, he could win this. He's at a third health. Torpedoes are coming in. Another round out. Baltimore has one more set of salvo out, one more set of rounds, and now how's that for a cliffhanger? If I can't get this thing recorded, the Baltimore kills him and we win the game, but it literally comes down to both of them. The Shima actually blows up the Baltimore after the Baltimore's rounds have left the barrels. Baltimore dies. Shima gets his 35, no, he gets a little bit less than 35 points for it. And the Baltimore's rounds kill the Shima and win the game for us. If the Baltimore hadn't killed the Shima could have just recapped C, possibly pushed B, but either way, he would have stopped the cap on C and won the game. But you wouldn't know that from that replay. So I'm gonna render this and post it just so I can feel okay about explaining why I have, look, I know I only have a few people subscribed, but over 50 thanks to the Texas. But I just wanted to put it out there, and also if anybody stumbles across this and can, if I haven't figured this out in time, if anybody can explain what the hell's going on. I also think it may have been possibly the computer I have initially had 4 sets of 2 gig memory sticks, and one or at least one of those sticks, they were old sticks, died, and I was recording with 4 gig of RAM, and maybe that had something to do with it, because now I've got 2 Corsair Vengeance 8 gig sticks in there, so I've got 16 sticks of DDR3 in. Maybe that had something to do with it. I haven't really tried to record with the settings on Bandicam that I've put in and that memory. Maybe it had something to do with it. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate your time. I appreciate the people who have forgotten that they've subscribed to me and not unsubscribed because of lack of content. And if there's like that one sole person out there waiting for more content from me and hasn't unsubscribed out of frustration, I appreciate your presence. Anyway, gonna end this, and I'm gonna view it and see if if this syncs up.